everyone, this is Tatiana with your health clinic, and thank you for watching and subscribing to my channel. So for some reason today, and I'll explain to you what reason it was, I decided to go through all health benefits and side effects of oatmeal, and I'll also show you the easiest and fastest way how to make oatmeal milk and oatmeal flour on the comfort of your kitchen. So as many of you know, nowadays millions of people throughout the world have a big problem to digest and tolerate dairy products, including milk. A lot of hormones, many antibiotics, plus process of homogenation doesn't make us healthy and strong. That's why people trying to find alternative and healthiest way to get some kind of milk for their cooking, for baking, to use for cereals, as a coffee creamers, and actually just to get overall all kinds of nutritions that we missing in our dietary regimen now, because our Mother Earth now doesn't have enough micro and micronutrients. So at this time, in this video, I decided not to provide you with any historical information like I did it on my date benefits video, because over there in this video I was indicating that dates came from Israel, and many people from Palestine was disagree with me, and they were writing me the comments that this is not right. Some comments were not very pleasant. However, I'm here not to make any international conflicts or argues. I just would like to mention that I was getting my information from history books and also from Wikipedia, and this is what I stated in my dates benefits video that you also can watch in my English playlist on my video channel. It's very informative. The fact is that we have the oatmeals on the shelves of our store, and I'm personally just a user, just a consumer, and I really do not care about history, where it came from, and so on. And history is a history, and big fat chance that we all will ever know the truth, what happened in history. So let's continue. So the scientific name for oats is Avena sativa, and in many languages, Avena, including Spanish language, Avena is a name for oats. And in a grocery store you can see pretty much 4 types of oatmeal, and I will explain to you what are these 4 types mean. So the first type is a steel cut oats. I don't have it right now, so this type I'm not going to show you because I usually don't buy that type of oat. This is the type of oat. I have to mention that it retains all, pretty much all the vitamins, all nutrients, and this is the whole growth that has been chopped up before came on our on the shelves of our stores. But this type of oats take longest out of these 4 types to cook. So that's why I, of course, as much as I like to eat everything is healthy, but in nutrition wise, you know, filled with nutritions, I'm trying not to get the steel cut oats because it takes much more time, especially if you're cooking that in the morning. We all have to rush to go to work. Now, second type is old-fashioned rolled oats. This type is these are the groats, and I'm going to show you that has been steamed like that, has been steamed, flattened, and then toasted for shorter period of cooking. So this type what I use. And also another type is a third one. It's instant old-fashioned oats that undergo with all the process with the old-fashioned rolled oats. That means that also steamed, also flattened, and also toast. But also this type of oats pre-cooked. So this is instant. You can see it's pre-cooked, and it does not take any time for cooking. You literally can cover it with hot boiling water and it's going to be done. Now the 4th type of oatmeal is instant oatmeal, and I would never recommend anyone to consume this type of oatmeal because this is chopped even more, and for us to cook for less than 1 minute. But however, it's always we have it in our stores in a packages, in the small packages, and it's already has all kinds of like artificial sweeteners or regular sweeteners, regular sugar, and there's too much of sugar, and also it has different flavoring that really gives you nothing but sugar spikes, and because it's very quick to digest, and it's very dangerous for our pancreas, it's dangerous for our health. So I'm personally trying, when I go to store, I'm trying to look for oatmeal that of course that's gonna say organic, and nothing like I'm like a big strong believer of that everything has to be organic, no, but at least it goes through certain exams, and that's mean that still somehow it's better than another type. However, lately I find out that it's very hard to find oatmeal that are pure organic, or I would love to say certified organic. I couldn't find that for in the stores, but at least I'm looking for oatmeal that has labeled as GMO free, because as you know that all commercial oatmeals now contains GMO, and unless it's specified on a label, and GMO is full of chemical toxins that very negatively affecting our body, and GMO is genetically modified organisms. Also, I had video about what are genetically modified on my video channel in my English list. Please open up and watch that video. It's very interesting. So oatmeal itself considered to be a low glycemic whole carbohydrated grain. So it's supposed to be good for people who have diabetes, especially type 2 diabetes, and because it does not give these sugar spikes, right? It digests for a long period of time and does not elevate sugar, does not give you all the spikes, ups and downs really fast. And it's also good for people who suffers from hypoglycemia. A lot of people don't know what's hypoglycemia. Please take a look in some medical books, and many people in the world having hypoglycemia. However, this is considered to be this is not considered to be the illness in a regular I would say in a modern medicine. However, it's considered to be as an illness in all alternative clinics, with all when you're doing your consultations with all alternative or integrated health care providers. So you have to know that hypoglycemia is very important I would say syndrome, that it's easy to fix. Then if you're not fixing that, then it's eventually becoming type 2 diabetes. So, and let me talk about some health benefits right now of oatmeal, of oats and oatmeal as a porridge. So oatmeal has a good benefits for people, like I already mentioned, for who has a type 2 diabetes, because it reduces the risks of heart attack and type 2 diabetes. It's really good for people who have a high cholesterol, because it's elevate good cholesterol, HDL, and decreasing bad cholesterol, LDL. It also helps to regulate high blood pressure, and of course if you do not put any sweeteners on it, because all the sweeteners also plays a role in hypertension. Now, it's good for people who suffering from irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, people who have diverticulosis, diarrhea and constipation, or diarrhea constipation, like alternating. So it helps with joint pain, and it also lowers uric acid, and uric acid is the acid that causes gout in people. Now, some sources indicates that oats also prevents from gallstone formations in a gallbladder, and also might prevent from colon and stomach cancers. And also, oatmeal is very high in fiber. And also, if you ask me, a lot of people asking me, is it good is it good to consume when I losing weight? I can say yes, even though that 1 cup of oatmeal cooked with water has 165 calories, it's still good idea to consume it for breakfast while you on any kind of like weight loss program. It's still good because it doesn't contain any saturated fat, and but if you have like options on your plate in the morning to eat oatmeal and then some protein stuff, start your breakfast with oatmeal, and it's also very good prolining for your stomach because it's mucilage, and also then you can consume your proteins. So this is the way, it's a right way when you're trying to lose weight. Okay, not always, but when you're trying to lose weight, it's a good idea. Now, nutrition wise, it has a lot of good vitamins. It has folate, it has thiamine, it has thiamine is vitamin B1. So it has riboflavin. Riboflavin is vitamin B2. It has vitamin PP. It's a really funny name, vitamin PP, which is also, it's very, very important vitamin, especially for people who have high cholesterol. So vitamin PP, which also known as vitamin B3 or niacin, you also can call it nicotinic acid, and nicotinamide is very crucial vitamin for people with high cholesterol. And also oats are excellent source of molybdenum and manganese. But the most important is that the oatmeal contains great amount of beta-glucans, and whatever I just said right now, the beta-glucans, you guys have to know the beta-glucans, it must be part of our diet, must be part of our nutrition. However, it's not enough 2 phrases to indicate how good it is for us, and may make another video dedicating to beta-glucans, because not many people know what is it, where it came from, and how is it could be important for our health. And it also has antioxidants, it has proteins, iron, fiber, phosphorus, biotin, also known as vitamin B7. It has a chromium. It has some sources indicating that it has a good amount of calcium and magnesium, and also healthy fats and complex carbohydrates, which means it's slow digesting carbs. Okay. And in summary, for health benefit, it has very positive clinical trial reports from different medical sources also. And now, guys, I would like to mention about some mild side effects. So when you're eating oatmeal, especially if you're eating that on a daily basis, or like maybe 2, 3, 4 consecutive days, you have to drink lots of water. And I want to just bring your attention: water, the coffee, and a soup, and I don't know, the juices, Coke, teas, does not consider as a liquids that gonna break all these fibers that are in oatmeal. So you have to drink plenty of water. You don't forget that all fiber becomes much harder in your intestines if you do not drink plenty of water. Okay, so you also can get some abdominal discomforts. You can get a lot of gas, bloating, and overall stomach pain, cramps, and flatulence. And it happens very rare. And in this case, you have to know not to eat much and give your stomach some time to get used to it, and then reintroduce your oatmeal again. Okay, so stop for a while until the symptoms goes away, and then start eating again and see how you feel. Also, very rare cases, excessive consumption of the fiber, when people have problems with intestinal mobility, it really can cause intestinal obstruction. And I have to tell you that if you have any bile constrictions or low stomach acid, I probably would stay away from oatmeal, because if you're not producing enough stomach acids break, it's a breaking acid, so it breaks everything, it digests everything, it gives you good peristalsis and everything, so on, so much to mention about stomach acid. So if you know that you do not have enough stomach acid, so probably the oatmeal, the fiber in the oatmeal would not be a good choice for you. And also, I would not recommend it to eat to mothers who are breastfeeding, because through the milk it can go to your kids' intestinal area, and kids might have really bad colics. So try to stay away for a while. And also, if you would like to know what drug interacts with oatmeal, if you taking any kinds of antibiotics, let's say penicillin, tetracycline, and I would say all types of antibiotics, just to be on the safe side, and also any acetaminophen, please do not take it at the same time when you're eating oatmeal, because oatmeal absorbs it and cancels the drug, so you have to know. And another thing is, when you're eating oatmeal together with, even I know that I mentioned that oatmeal has like calcium and magnesium and so on, zinc and iron, stay away from the encapsulated supplements such as zinc, iron, calcium and magnesium. So you take your supplements. I'm not saying you're not taking that. You're taking your supplements, but not on a time when you're consuming your oatmeal. So about in 2-3 hours you can go ahead and take your supplements, because otherwise it's going to be absorbed by oatmeal, and oatmeal gonna cancel your supplements, these supplements that I mentioned. So other than that, I don't know what else to tell you. Other than that, it's completely safe. And now I would like to tell you the reason why I decided to make this video. As many of you know, I travel a lot with my work and not with my work, and in many countries I saw oat milk on shelves in the stores for very sky-high prices. And there was an oatmeal actually in a couple of countries. There were oatmeal milk in a couple of countries. They were selling in the Tetra packs, but there's all kinds of, hate to say, all kinds of junk instead of regular oatmeal. And oats, it doesn't, and oats ingredients were at the end of all this, all the list. So it had carrageenan, it had all kinds of tons of sugar, tons of grams of sugars. So many bad ingredients, sweeteners, and you name it, it wasn't there. Flavoring, it wasn't there. Caramel color. So, and that's why I don't wanna. And I realize that people in many countries also cannot afford the one oatmeal milk they can afford it, because oatmeal milk that is organic one, it's extremely expensive. The carton, like that, it's very small carton. It was up to $10. So this is a ridiculous price. So, and I decided to ask them why you're not doing your own oatmeal milk. And I realized that not everybody knows that they actually can do it. And so, and this is what was my reason why I decided to make this video, to show my friends and people who lives in another country that it's very easy to fix it in the comfort of your kitchen. It doesn't take much time, and you're saving money on that. And also you have to know that oatmeal is gluten-free, and for people who are suffering from gluten intolerances, and many people have a celiac disease, so oatmeal would be a good choice for them to, let's say, make flour and then convert this flour to pancakes in the morning or so on. Okay guys, now I'm going to show you the fastest and easiest way how to make oatmeal milk and oatmeal flour also, because for people who have gluten intolerances, oatmeal flour would be one of the best choice for cooking and baking, to have like morning pancakes and so on. So what I'm using, what I have in my kitchen, I usually use my small blender. This is small to go blender. It's very nice and convenient for me. And of course, if you have a big family and if you want to make large quantity of milk for, you know, for your kids, let's say, to use for cereal, would be the best choice to use the large blender. They blend absolutely the same, right? So I also use old-fashioned rolled oats. This is the one that has been steamed, flattened, and also toasted, you know, for shorter time of cooking. So you can see this type. And if you're gonna ask me what amount I usually use for my milk, it depends. It depends what kind of constituents do you wanna have. Let's say I'm using that for my creamers. I'm usually making, you know, the creamers for my coffee, and of course the creamers have to be a little bit thicker than a regular milk, at least in my understanding. So, and I usually, let's say, for this is going to be enough for, I don't know, probably few days, you know, depends of course how much coffee you're drinking. It's about 4 or 5 big tablespoons, and covering that with water. And again, if you want to make it thicker, you just don't cover that with large amount of water. And if you want to make it more liquidish, of course you have to use more water. Make sure the top of your blender is closed, because if it's going to be open like that, then you're definitely going to have an accident in the kitchen, right? Okay, and let's start. As you can see, it didn't take a long time. Now, what you need to do, you definitely want to make your milk be smoother, without all the crumbs and without all the fibers, I would say. So what do you need to do for that? You have to use either the strainer, or I prefer to use more this you know, double folded cheesecloth. And let me show you the way how I'm doing that. Okay, so okay, basically I like to use that more, and I'll show you why. Because you can get much more milk through that cheesecloth. You actually can reuse that for one more time if you want to blend it again, but after that I definitely would not use it. Let's say you can put it back and you can reuse it if you want to, but you don't have to do it. It's completely up to you. It also depends on what country you live right now, or you're locating right now, because I've been in the countries where this oatmeal is so expensive, and I don't know how the people can afford it, even if they're making good enough of money, amount of money, and I don't know what to tell you. So here in the United States it's not expensive, and I think it's very affordable. That's why we can throw away some stuff that we wouldn't use for, we wouldn't consume after all. So this is the way. It's much fast and easy to use through this cheesecloth. Now if you want to use the strainer, this is what happens. You have to wait and see how thin this little stream in there, and of course you have to use your spoon and kind of press it with your spoon. and it's gonna make it much faster. It's gonna pour in your glass much faster. All right. Now let me tell you about the sweeteners and everything that you want to have to make your taste buds much, much pleasant, I would say. When you're drinking this milk is more, so you feel it's like more starchy, right? But if you would like to make it like, like put something in it to make it more tasty, then I would recommend you to put, let's say, honey. However, if you're putting honey in it and making that little bit sweeter, you cannot bring that milk, let's say you cannot cook with that, or you cannot heat it up, because for the reason is that whenever honey goes inside of your milk, or any, let's say your tea, hot tea, it gives you the taste. But however, under the certain temperature, whenever it's heated, all these enzymes that we have in our honey, they're all killed and all dead, and they are not very good for our cells, for the cells of our body. So I would not recommend you to heat. However, if you just want to use it for your cereals, let's say at home, so anyway it's going to be cold and you're going to store it in a refrigerator, that's fine. You can use your honey, you can stir it in there and keep it in the refrigerator. So what another thing I would put, you can put also vanilla, let's say vanilla liquid or vanilla powder, but please make sure that your vanilla powder does not have any MSG, because lately the scientists were spotted that, and we have a lot of articles about that they spotted that there's a lot of MSG in vanilla powders, right? So you can also put, I don't know, so you can make your own, of course, decision, whatever you like. You can put cinnamon. Cinnamon is a good choice. It's always a good choice. You have to know that cinnamon is the one that keeps your sugar under control. You can put cinnamon. You also can put the nutmeg that many people like to put in their coffee. So just see whatever you like more, right? So. But I strongly do not recommend you to put any artificial sweeteners, because, as you know, artificial sweeteners, they're all cancer-causing agents, and please stay away from that. This is my strong recommendation. Always been and always will be. All right, so this is the basically, okay, let me show. This is the basically constituents that you're gonna have if you want to have your, coffee creamers, right? However, if you would like to make it more like liquidy, of course you have to add some more water. You're adding some more water, and you mixing that again, and that's it. It's all done. Another thing, if you're let's say bodybuilder, or you want to gain some more muscles, or you're on a special diet where you have to consume much more fiber, this is the really good milk to add your, let's say, protein powder or other powders that you're drinking as a meal replacement. So it's really good, it's really delicious. I've tried that, and really I have to tell you that it's really balancing your sugar, as long as your protein powder doesn't have too much sugar in it. So it's really balancing your sugar, and it's really tasty, and it's really good. A lot of people like to put some, Celtic salt in it, or make it a little bit salty. That's fine too. It's all depends on your, definitely on your taste buds. So this is what I was going to show you about the milk, how to make the milk, right? And now I'm going to show you how to make flour, and it's also very easy. So basically what you have to do, you take in coffee grinder, and you're using about, in the coffee grinder I would not put much, maybe like 2 tablespoons. Oops, the other side. ready, and this is the way how your flour look like. So you ready to make your pancakes, just just like regular pancakes, or cooking, making your cakes and pies. I've tried many cakes, many cookies and pies with these flours because I was making them myself, and it's very delicious and it's gluten-free. You're never gonna have any problems, the gluten related problems. Okay, so this is guys, whatever I was going to show you. Okay, guys, now we're finished with our oat milk, and this is what I'm gonna show you. So you can put in your oatmeal milk all kinds of fruit if you want to, and like I mentioned, if it's cold, you can put your honey, you can put any kind of powders that you want to, you can make your you can put your protein shakes. It's absolutely fine, and this is what I was doing right now. And you also probably can see all this residue, and this is kind of, yeah, it's kind of like starchy residue. However, it does not have all these fibers because we already put these fibers in the trash. So I'm mixing that, and I know that I'm gonna like it. It's very thick, but it's very nutrition wise healthy, and I hope guys you're gonna start doing that on the comfort of your home. If you hope you like this video, and if you like it, please subscribe to my channel. I have a lot of great information for your health, and also I expecting your thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching, and it was Tatiana Galaxy with your health clinic of Asheville, North Carolina.